Alright, so I don't have my fret crowning tool yet, so I thought in spirit of my fret leveling creation I would make a fret crowning stick. It's basically just sandpaper and a flat surface. So it takes a little more time on each one because I have to progressively rotate the tool in my hand to round the edges up and leave the little strip of black in the middle. I'm going to go a little narrower than that, but I'm going to hit all the frets first and then see how I want to proceed with it. Because this is kind of gobbling up paper, so this is a chunk of maple, a little harder than the other tool, which is just pine. I got these fellas, and they're doing a good job of protecting. Like the tape doesn't really survive too much rubbing, so you can see I've gone through to the wood in a couple of spots. Whether or not that equates to any kind of damage I'll have to deal with, we'll see. If so, then a bit of sanding and condition the wood, and anyway, it'll look fine when I'm done. So, let's see how many times I have to change the paper on this block. I've got both sides, and I basically plugged up the paper, or whatever you call it, clogged up the paper with the work I've done on just 2 frets. So this may turn out to be impractical, but it's certainly working. And I wanted to do the 2 frets that were the most difficult this way anyway, because the files only touch the fret in one spot at a time as I'm passing across it, so that's not going to account for how bad these 2 frets were in terms of how little center strip there was on them to begin with, because they were dented or grooved or I don't know what. So anyway, now that I've got these sort of satisfactory, maybe I'll hit these with the file now, and I can do the rest of the neck with the file because the other frets weren't suffering the same problems. They're just really flat now, so they need quite a bit of grinding to get them down to a nice crown again. Anyway, see where we go. Well, this is working surprisingly well. I haven't actually changed the sandpaper on this chunk of wood yet, and I'm still getting good results with it. Just don't push hard and you won't wear through and hit the wood, like wear through the tape, I mean. So here's the trick. You can see this is getting a bit of buildup on it. Anyway, it's still working. Hold it at an angle, and you gotta follow the arc, so that's just kind of an art. Good luck with that. Hold the thing straight too, oops. And then you'll have sort of half done. Then go at it from the other side. And slowly angle it towards the middle. And we're getting there. And then you get a decent crown. And then I'm going to pass over these once more, just a few light strokes to narrow that little pencil line down to where we want it. Some of these I've done a better job of than others, but we're all down to a pretty decent crown. Anyway, there we go. This is working out all right. All right, so we got done with the Dremel and that polishing stuff. It's sort of a high abrasive. Anyway, you get through going top to bottom, peel off the tape, and you're left with some nice and shiny frets. So, it's probably not custom shop perfect, but it was worth doing. So now we can string this thing back up and see if it's see if we've cured that buzz on the 10th and 11th frets. Okay. Let's get set up here. There she is. It's a beautiful instrument, sort of, depending on your standards and quality control fetishes. Anyway, got it cleaned up, got the frets done, and it's a beautiful instrument. I just like the look of it. I just don't think hollow bodies are quite my thing. My sort of primary functional complaint is the strap pegs on the back of the body there, and when I'm wearing a strap standing up, the thing leans away from me, and if the strap peg were here on the side of the body next to the neck, then it would sort of stay flat. So I find myself holding the body back against my belly with my arm, and you know, it's just one extra thing to have to concentrate on. But anyway, I do like the really hot pickups. I find I do have to sort of keep the gain down to get a not metal sounding tone. So this is sort of more of your rock tone. You really got me now. Wah! This thing actually feeds back too, if I turn it up. Here's 10. Anyway. Oops. Ah! Whoops. Anyway, very pleased. If all I did was hung it on the wall and admired it, then maybe that's good enough. Cool. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Catch you on the next one.